Hi everyone. Now I will make a reading here with a Turkish coffee. And this is 1st of February and it has been turned over the cup on intention. And according to the intention, which hasn't been named, yet there is an intention, there will be a reading. And the intention will find for who the reading is for. So, and its meaning and its wording to the listener. So we will start the reading now. Okay, so the cup is not stuck. When it's stuck, that says like something like your intention will come true. And when it's not stuck, it does not say your intention won't come true, but it's a way of wish from the reader to say that. So still your intention will come true, and it's in a way better not to stick to an intention by words. So it is okay that when the intention flows through the heart, more like without being named, and feeling it more like a moment's click and recognition, the sensation and the wish, the hope, the faith, as well as which is a moment of a stillness. And here comes the reading. Wow. There is a man with a hat, and probably he has a mustache. It's like some kind of a Poirot figure, some kind of a detective-like figure, someone who is hiding, but someone who pretends. It's not in the realm of the good or the bad. It can be an inner person, an inner personality of someone playing the role of a detective who can hide himself and who is a bit of a mature intention or of revealing before revealing himself as well to you, perhaps an inner self. But there is a way to observe. There's an observation, there's an investigation, there's an inner investigation because of a knowing, because of suspecting about something that is possibly going to be revealed, since this figure shows in this cup. That means that there's a secret, but there's also an intention to reveal itself through this personality. So there is an F, the letter F, and a reverse E. So this figure is hidden between an F and a reverse E. Almost when you connect the F and the E, it becomes a rectangle with a line in the, or a square mainly, with a line in the middle, making two rectangles. So there is some kind of a secret, perhaps within these two letters. There is perhaps another letter which looks like a curly letter, because I see here a curl, more like a snake with a head down going up to talk to a fish. So I use this kind of symbolism also, but perhaps I just, they may sound like symbols to you, and you can bring its symbolic meaning in your life, but I don't mean it symbolically because I directly see it here. So there is some kind of a resolution, there is some kind of a concealment, but there is also a resolution through the through hearing, because these letters, on the one side is an F, on another side is an E that can connect to each other on both sides, is creating a certain type of a symmetric alignment. So which means to say a kind of a search of a balance and a moment of resolution, since a whispering, there's a whisper in these two letters of a concealing and a revealing intention, and someone who has a mask of a detective, like a figure, but someone who wishes to kind of show himself. So there is a fish and a snake wanting to talk to the fish from the earth. So it's a connection from the earth to the ground, from the earth to to the water. So there is these two chakras where representation of the earth and its connection to the water through communication, through listening, through finding ways to whisper, through a talk, through intentional talk, and which is like perhaps these elements coming together because of knowing their places. So there is a thing that everything comes into order through understanding and respect of knowing their places within their elements. And also there is the element of air, because the curliness of the style of the communication is going through the air. So the water creatures, the earth creatures, are finding each other in resolution through the help of the air, the winds. Where the winds come into alignments, words will come to reveal themselves. All right. So this is a very incredible way of uh, way of the resolution, and it's a very good cup, because it is quite clear and it's very meaningful. And there is in the ether element, which is more an intentional place, a place of dreams, and a place of yes, a place of dreams, let's say, because I won't want to say future, I don't want to say past, but where these dreams stay because of your wisdom, that they are appearing now as in the present moment, but more not in the materialistic sense. It seems like you are going to journey, you are going to travel. There is a true clarity. So this is very important, because it seems everything has been cleared. And this is going to be made on the path of blossoming and wish of blossoming, um, of clarity. And it has to do with one or two, let number two or one especially, I think. But it is a thing, yes, it is a one, but it is not showing itself. One is significant, but it's not showing itself. It only appears its significance because of a movement. So I don't know what that means, but one is appearing and taking its shape from the blur, from the mist, becoming one. I think it's unification, unification through movement, unification through movement. Yeah, now it's very clear that it's a one, because I move the cup. I move the cup, and then without any respecting what is appearing in the cup, because it's a living. So I move it and it appears. It's a one, it's in a circle, it's within the clouds, it's dissipating doubts. That's why there is really a flight. There is clarification. There is an opening. There is intention for traveling, but this is not in a distant place, although it is distant. It is far away traveling. It is one path also. There is a it is an intentionless intention of a travel which is happening. It is a travel, it's the path is blossomed over a heart. The heart is very clear here, and this is the path is going towards the sky, and it is opening its own sky. It is a very significant, beautiful openness. It's like depth. There is depth and free heart, everything in balance, a needless, free heart. Like it's as if you can communicate to the sky without separating it, but it's clear. So this is the path. This is the mountain born on top of the heart, and it's clear. And so there is this one, and before that there is a revelation. There's a revelation from the secrecy, or through hearing, through a temple of hearing. And only one last thing, this Poirot-like figure's gaze and keeping itself in between two letters and the mustache. There is also a three. So outside of the temple of this deity-like figure, so there is a tree. So from tree, you will take the flight towards that dream mountain of dreams. But He looks, he has these cheeks and a hat, black hat, and he looks. I want to try to feel what he represents. It's like a final look, something like that, as if comes from an inner self, that's definitive. And there is some kind of a archaic figure, a symbol, like a door. I see it now. Also, you can interpret in between in his temple. Yet he's not something, he's an temporal appearance, although he looks very strong. Uh, he represents his role. Okay, now it's quite good, very nice cup. The rest will follow in your interpretation. There's an outside message, which is physical and quite objective, uh, relating to this, is some kind of a news. So it's an initiation news that will initiate, which you need to recognize before you can come into the realm of this reading. So it's something with an E or a cross-like thing, or so it comes from a leftover, yeah, that leftover, which is also relating to that figure, the deity. So it's something that you can work with. You need to clarify for yourself. Actually clean it somehow, some kind of a cleansing requirement, a kind of a sign. All right, we go to the plate. It seems you have some problems at this moment, and this is about this time. You have a ship, you have a meeting in a secret place or in your home where you want it to be a little bit reserved stuff, like something like that. But still, on the same time, even though this kind of a meeting, a kiss, something like that, but you want a clarification. This is a union, which in a home, but the home looks a little bit, needs, the sun is shining from the behind. The top is covered a bit. The more you have a rainbow of clouds. So these rainbow of clouds maybe serve as a shelter for you, but there's also a wish to punch it. And okay, yeah, I see. You want to punch it, but you are quite immersed into a relation, something like a kiss. Yeah, maybe you are happy with the somber clouds at this moment. Maybe you want to take that rest and be reserved and immerse into some kind of intimacy, even though it may be a bit heavy at times. So there is a deadline to it, but there is a guard also guarding this tamasic, let's say, situation. Perhaps this is something, it is a cycle, it is protected by strong beings. Yeah, I understand now. This is protected by a very strong dragon. There is a relationship, or a couple. They serve for a purpose. There is sun shining behind them. Yet, they're not totally independent. That's what I want to say. Okay, I won't be able to continue with that. Time is up. It seems quite a long reading. So I did not expect that this will take so long, but also I haven't been able to resolve really for you in my interpretation. But I hope this was a very joyful practice for me to read this. Okay, thank you for listening and have a nice day.